Hello, fans of tennis. This is King Icheboo coming to you live from the underground bunker, or as we also want to call it, the Rotterdam Ahoy. That's the arena where the Rotterdam Open is held. The Ahoy. They should call more arenas the Ahoy. It's kind of fun to say. Anyway, we are playing the first round of the Rotterdam Open. If you missed the first video, we are playing the greatest tennis players of all time, or at least in the Open era, from 1968 on. Up to that point, if you don't know your tennis history, before 1968, only amateurs were allowed to play in the Grand Slams. And it changed in 1968 where they allowed not only amateurs but professionals, and tennis has never been the same since, as the professionals really have taken over. It'd be kind of like, the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl and the Orange Bowl said, hey, we're going to allow NFL teams to play. And you imagine that would never be the same again. Well, that's kind of what happened in tennis. Professionals dominated and took over from that point on. So from 1968 on, the greatest players in tennis, that's what we're going to find out. And we're playing the ATP 500, the ATP 1000, and the ATP 2000, also known as the Grand Slams. Are playing all these tournaments to find out who is the greatest tennis player of the Open era. And last time we got to, where did we get to? We got to up here. We played a lot of matches since then. We played Nishikori and Agassi, won by Agassi in 4 sets. We played Wilander and Steek, and Wilander won that in 4 sets. That's where we took off, or left off. And since then, David Ferrer of Spain defeated Alexander Zverev of Germany in 4 sets. It's not the biggest upset. The biggest upset is to come. But the lowest seed, or highest seed, whichever you prefer to look at it, the 74th ranked Tommy Haas of Germany pulled a huge upset, defeating Manuel Orantes of Spain in 3 straight sets. He is the lowest ranked player in this tournament, and he won the first round, which is a huge upset. Then Richard Krajicek, in 5 sets in a marvelous match, defeated Martín del Potro. Juan Martín del Potro of Argentina. That was an upset. The 62nd ranked player defeated the 21st ranked. So you can't say there's no upsets in this. There's been upsets galore, as we will see. Here's not an upset, though. Rafael Nadal, straight sets over Tomas Berdych of the Czech Republic. So he advances, the number 5 ranked player. Then Gustavo Kuerten of Brazil defeated Gene Meyer in 3 straight sets. And here was a huge match. John McEnroe, and of course, if you don't know, these are just random names picked out by a random name picker. This is not where we set it up 1 to 74 and play it so that 1 and 2 meet in the final. No, it's just random picker. So it leads to some interesting first round matches, and here's one of them. John McEnroe versus Stefan Edberg, number 6 versus 15. And that one went to 5 sets before McEnroe, who had a huge scare, especially, he won the first 2 sets, 6-4, 6-1. And then Edberg came back 6-4, 7-6 tiebreaker. And then McEnroe overtook an exhausted Edberg 6-1 in the final set, the deciding 5th set. So John McEnroe and Rafael Nadal both advance. And then we see Brad Gilbert pull up. Pretty huge upset. Number 67 over the 32nd ranked Nikolai Davydenko of Russia in 4 sets. Then we see Marat Safin of Russia in 4 sets defeat Tony Roche of Australia. The Australians are not doing very well in this tournament so far. So sorry if you're from Australia and you were hoping that your heroes would do well. They're not doing very well. I hate to break it to you, but this is only the first tournament out of many, so they can come back and do much better. But they lost that one. And then Joaquin Nystrom of Sweden lost to Marin Cilic of Croatia in 3 straight sets. In that, Nystrom got penalized for arguing with the umpire and lost points there. And then Goran Ivanisevic of Croatia lost in straight sets to Thomas Muster of Austria, and quite handily. So Muster was very impressive. And Eddie Dibbs of the United States, 41st ranked, defeated Jose Luis Clerc of Argentina in 4 sets. And Arthur Ashe, he won his first round match against Jo-Wilfried Tsonga of France in 4 sets. But we are still getting to the huge upset of this. And here it is. Peter Korda of the Czech Republic, number 58. Who did he play? Who did he defeat in 4 sets? None other than one that many people say is the greatest tennis player of all time, Rod Laver of Australia, the 9th seed. It was 3-6, 7-5, 7-5, and 6-love in the 4th set. So Laver got spanked by Peter Korda of the Czech Republic. That was the huge upset of the first round so far. We haven't got all the way through. Also, as a Canadian, I was hoping for Milos Raonic. I was hoping for him, of course. He won the first 2 sets, but then Sergei Bruguera came back and won the last 3 sets to defeat the Canadian. So the Canadian is done. And look at this one. Bjorn Borg, number 7. He swept in 3 straight sets Marcelo Rios of Chile in the match number 20. And then now, that's where we left off. And we got some interesting matchups today. Like, look at this one. The number 11th ranked. And again, this is a random name picker. And I think it's more interesting. And I would like to say it is also makes the first round so much more. I mean, the first round in the US Open or Wimbledon, or who pays attention to the first round? Because the favorites, they don't lose in the first round unless they're hurt or something or get injured. So you don't pay attention until maybe the last 4 or 5 days of the tournament. Then you tune in, because then the big boys face each other. But here, in the first round, you have Boris Becker, the 11th ranked great Boris Becker, against the number 3 Jimmy Connors in the first round. And, okay, these two are rivals. They met in real life. I'm sure Jimmy Connors wants to keep Boris Becker down and vice versa. Now, so you play in the first round. The loser gets 10 points. And the winner puts himself in much better position to get the 500 points that this tournament provides. If we use the ATP scoring system for the 500, the winner gets 500 points. The loser in the finals gets 300 points. Loser in the semis gets 180, 90, 45, 20, and 10. So if you meet one of your biggest rivals in the first round, you knock him off, he's only going to get 10 points. If you meet in the finals, yeah, sure, you get 500 points, but the guy you defeat gets 300. So it's not a big gap. But if you can give your rivals only 10 points, that's a huge advantage. So these games are huge, these first round games like this one. Jimmy Connors wants to knock out Boris Becker and leave him with only 10 points. That will help him as time goes on down the road in this whole competition. So it's huge. But this is not the group of death, okay? This is not the group of death. You can look at Bjorn Borg and this. This is not the group. I don't think they play in the next round anyway. I think Becker Connors versus Guillermo Vilas and Stan Smith. That's pretty big. That's a pretty good group of death. But it's not the group of death that the random name picker gave to us. That is coming up. Look at, it's not John Newcomb and his marvelous mustache. It's not Yannick Noah and Fernando Gonzalez. I think it's coming up here right away. Here it is. Okay, here's the group of death. Matches 29 and 30. And we're going to play this today. Here's the first one. Andy Murray of Great Britain versus Roger Federer, the #1 ranked player. Okay, you say, well, that's a pretty incredible first round matchup. Now it doesn't. It gets better. It gets better. The next match and the guy. Okay, whoever somehow survives this match, they will go on to meet the winner of this match. Novak Djokovic, the second-ranked player, Djokovic, and who does he play in the first round? None other than Ivan Lendl, the fourth-ranked. This is the group of death, and that's what we're going to play today. Andy Murray versus Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic of Serbia, and Ivan Lendl. This is the group of death that we're going to play. So that's where we're going to start. Well, let's warm up. Let's warm up with a little Boris Becker and Jimmy Connors. That's what we shall do. Just to whet the appetite before we get to the real group of death. Okay, so we're going to bring that up. Okay, so we got our dice ready. And we are going to play this match. So, Boris Becker has 2,213 points as the 11th ranked player. But Jimmy Connors has 2,444 points. One of the greatest hard court players of all time. So he has a 231 point advantage over Becker. As a result, Jimmy Connors' service, to hold service, he rolls 1 to 69. While Becker has to roll 1 to 61 to hold service. So a huge advantage for Connors as we go. So Connors has the serve as he's the favorite. So let us begin rolling. Oh, I got to use the 100-sided die. Okay, that's much better. Here we go. 100-sided die. So 22. So we hold serve. And we'll put the caps lock on. Serve. So now Becker serves in the first set. He holds service. 1-1. Up to Connors. Connors gets broken. Broken Connors. Huge early advantage for Boris Becker. I remember 1985 watching Boris Becker in his first Wimbledon. Wow, I was just mesmerized by that guy. The young kid Boris Becker at the time going through the Wimbledon and winning Wimbledon in 1985. It was outstanding. One of the most outstanding sporting feats I've ever seen. So here's Boris Becker. He has a 2-1 lead and he's serving. And he holds serve. So he's up on Connors 3-1. So here's Connors. He can't fall behind any further. Here's his roll. 60. He holds service. Pressure's on Becker. This thing is the pressure so much on the server. 5. He holds serve. 4-2. Boris Becker. Now it's Jimmy Connors. Too bad he can't. Someday I'm going to have Jimmy Connors versus John McEnroe. There was no greater rivalry than that. Although I think McEnroe would say that Borg was his biggest rival. But I don't know. Borg and McEnroe, they didn't. I mean, Borg was so easygoing, it seemed like, that he couldn't have a real rivalry, a hated rivalry with anyone. But Connors and McEnroe, those guys hated each other. So it just made it so much sweeter. But anyway, back to this one. Becker and Connors. Third game for Connors. And he holds. So it's 4-3. Here's Becker. Has to hold. He has the advantage, but he's got to hold on to it. And he gets broken. So the advantage is gone. 4-4 first set. Connors serves. And he holds. So it's 5-4 Connors. Becker needs this or he loses. He had the advantage. That's how quickly things turn in tennis. So he goes from having a 4-2 advantage, and all of a sudden now he's down. And if he breaks here, if he gets broken, he loses the set. And he holds. Okay, so it's 5-5. Here's Connors serving the 6th game. And he gets broken. Huge. Not VB. So now Boris Becker is serving for the set here in the first set. If he rolls 1 to 61, he takes set number 1. And he gets broken. So we're going to the tiebreaker. in set number 1. And Connors serves. So basically Connors serves. That's the rules here. And if it's 1-69, he wins the set. And if it's 60 or 70-99, it's Becker. He had it. You know, he had the advantage in his hand. He let it slip away. Here is the roll. 25. Connors holds and wins the tiebreaker. Takes set number 1, 7-6. So Becker gets to serve first in set number 2. 50. He holds service. Connors. He holds service. Becker. 27. He holds. Things are going to according to plan so far. Here's the roll for Connors. 70. He gets broken just barely. So it just happens exactly the way it was in set number 1. Boris Becker is up 3-1. No, it happened here in second. So this, if he gets it here, he up 4-1. Even a bigger advantage than he had in set number 1. He needs his bad. He wants to win set 2. And he holds. It's 4-1 Becker. So Connors, he doesn't fold under pressure. He's under pressure now, but he came back in the first set. There's no reason why he can't in the second. Here is his service, and he holds 4-2. This is where Becker choked. He can't choke now. He can't go down 2 sets to love. Here is 45. He holds. He's up 5-2. He just needs to win one more. Here's Connors serving. He holds 5-3. Now he's serving for the set. 1-61. He wins the set. And he holds, and he does win set number 2. So we're 1-1. So now it is Connors serving in set number 3. 1 set apiece. Game, Connors. Here's Becker. He gets broken by 1. 62. Had to roll 61, and he's broken. Hopefully he can come back. Here's Connors. Here's rolling 69. Oops, I didn't roll the dice. I already gave him the point. Or the game, yes. I should have just left it. So game, Connors is up 3-love. Here's Becker. He needs this desperately, and he does. He rolls a 9, and he wins this game. 3-1, Connors. Needs a break. Doesn't get it. 4-1, Connors. Here's Becker rolling. He needs the hold service here. And he does. 4-2. But Connors still has the advantage. 4-2. He needs to break him here. And he doesn't. It's 5-2. He's holding serve. So now everything's got to go Becker's way if he wants to win set number 3. Here is the roll. 45. He holds. And now here Connors rolls for the set. He serves for the set. He rolls 1-69. He wins set number 3. And he does. So far, Connors is up 7-6, 3-6, 6-3. And Becker rolls in the 4th set. Here is the first game. He holds. Game, Becker. Connors. Game, Connors. Used his advantage there. Here's Becker. Game, Becker. Just barely. Here's Connors. Ooh, just barely. So, holding serve so far here in the 4th set. Here is the roll for Becker. He holds. 3-2, Becker. It's time for a break. Doesn't get it. 3-3 in the 4th set. Here's the pressures on Becker now. And he does it. He holds. He's a man that can withstand any pressure. 4-3. Here is Connors. And he holds. Nobody's broken so far here in the 4th set. Becker has to win if he wants to stay alive. Oh, this is the place it feels like a break. Here's the roll. 98. It is a break. Oh, may my spider sense stop tingling. Now he's rolling not only for the set, but for the match is Jimmy Connors. And he gets it easily, and that is it. Jimmy Connors defeats Boris Becker in 4 sets. So we go to the standings. We find Boris Becker, and we type in loss. He only gets 10 points. That is a Huge blow to Boris Becker. Defeated versus Connors in the first round. And on the other hand, Jimmy Connors advances. So that whetted our appetite for the group of death. Well, because did I skip over some, or was that the next one? Borg. Oh yeah, it is the next one. Okay, makes it easy. So I can just find the next second round match with blanks, and we put in Jimmy Connors, and he's waiting for his next opponent. So he doesn't face Borg. He faces the winner of Stan Smith and Guillermo Vilas. I think that's who it was. Yes, they faced. But we're not going to play that one. We're going to go now to the group of death. We're going to skip over a few. And we are going to play these two massive matches. Andy Murray, huge underdog, versus Roger Federer. Roger Federer has 2,588 points for a difference of 370. The service is 1-72 versus 1-58. But however, Djokovic and Lendl, they only have a difference of 60. As you might imagine, when you have the number 2 ranked player in the world and the number 4 ranked player of the world, there's not much difference. Although Djokovic has a slight service advantage, 1-66 versus 1-64. But we are playing this one first. The great Roger Federer in his prime, facing Andy Murray in his prime. Let's get underway. Is that 100-sided die? It's roll. Yes, he rolled a 1. So he holds service easily with a 1. Okay, here's Murray. He gets broken already. He has no room for error. 41. This could be, even though, Andy Murray's a great tennis player. I mean, he's facing the great Federer in his prime and is down 3-love so far. Here's Murray. He holds. First game of the match. Here's Federer. He gets broken. Huge break. Huge moral victory for Andy Murray. Confidence booster. Here is Murray. He's going to roll for the tie. Will he get it? Yes, he does. Easily. So here's Federer. 3-3 in the first set. 15 he holds. Man, it'd be nice, 1-72. How can you lose? But that's what Rod Laver said. What was Rod Laver's advantage? It was, let's see, Laver. Where are ya? Looking for Laver. Can't find him now. He was early. No, he's not that early. I'm trying to find him. I'll just take my time, not go back and forth. Here it is. He had a 1-72 service advantage. Even better, I think 1-71 isn't that what Federer's? So he had a worse or better, more advantageous service advantage, and he still lost. The rolls were going against him in this one. But here we go. Yeah, it's the same. 1-72. So here is the roll for Andy Murray, the pride of the United Kingdom. And he holds 4-4 first set. Here's Federer. Federer holds. Here's Andy Murray. He gets broken and the first set is done. 6-4. And Federer serves in the second set because he broke to end the first set. And he gets broken in the first game of the second set. Will Andy Murray take advantage? He needs to roll low numbers. And he doesn't. He gets broken right back. That would not be a break for Federer because of the 1-72, but it is a break for Murray. So now here's Federer. He holds. Murray breaks. 3-1. 4-1. The great Federer. I like having the auto-populate, but it's a pain sometimes, as you can see. Here's Murray. Needs to get it going. He does. He holds. Federer. He needs to break him, or he's just going to go down. He gets broken, and that ends the second set. Murray's getting He's getting annihilated. Let's put it. Let's not pull punches here. Okay, here's Federer. See, this is exactly the way it was for Laver, and he lost. Still can't get over that. Murray holds. Federer holds. All he needs, he wants to win in 3 straight sets. He holds. Murray's putting up a fight. Federer holds. The great Federer. He holds. Murray's putting up a fabulous fight here in the 3rd set. And he gets broken. Big break. Will he take advantage? He needs this desperately. Oh, he gets broken right back. I should have put it up here. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Here's Federer. It's 4-4. And he holds. Murray needs this or he's done. This is match point. He holds. Okay, here's Federer. Oh, no. We got a 100. We got a 100. What does that mean? We go to the rare event chart. Here it is, our unusual results chart. Can you imagine? If we roll 100 again, favorite sustains injury, must retire. Can you imagine? Okay. If you're a Federer fan, you do not want me to roll 100 right here. Here is the roll for the unusual results. 19. Underdog, that's Murray, has lapse in concentration. 100 base points in next 3 games. How can you... I guess he's so beaten right now by Federer. They just lost concentration. He needs to be concentrating and he lost it. So what does that mean? Well, let's go here and we'll see. So now we have minus 100 points. Murray loses... Oh, yes, the caps lock. Loses concentration. That's not a good thing to do against Roger Federer, losing concentration. So, as a result, this difference is now 100 points for the next 3. So that's the remainder of this match, as long as it goes. And I don't know how much longer it's going to go. It's now 470. And if we look on the chart for 470 difference... 470 is 1-73. So doesn't sound like much, but it certainly can affect. It certainly doesn't make Andy Murray's job any easier in this comeback attempt to lose concentration. So right now, it's 1-73. We'll just put that here. 1-73 Federer. And that means... Also, it is on the flip side, it's 1-57. 1-57 Murray for the rest of the match. Okay, so that was Federer's. So now he's 1-73. Here is 87. He breaks him anyway. I should just leave it on without the caps lock. I like the way it looks, okay? Little B's don't look as good as big B's. Okay, so here it is. He's serving for the set. Set point for Murray. He needs to roll 1-57. And he gets broken. So we go to another tiebreaker. And 1-73, Federer wins the match. And he does. Match over. So we go to the standings. Number 12, Murray. Loss in the round of 64 to Federer. And I'm not sure which. I'm just going to leave it for now because I don't know which one of these second round match is the right one. Okay, so we go to match number 2 in the group of death. For the privilege of facing Roger Federer in round of 32. Here is Novak Djokovic of Serbia versus Ivan Lendl of Czechoslovakia, when Czechoslovakia existed. 66-64, much closer on paper. All right, so we're going to start 66, Djokovic. Here's the first game. Goes to Djokovic. Game Djokovic. And now here's Lendl. Lendl gets broken right away. So Djokovic has the advantage. Roll for Djokovic. He holds 3-love. Lendl. Lendl holds. Game Lendl. Now it's Djokovic. Ooh, he gets broken by 1 point. So Ivan Lendl could tie the match or the set here. And he does. 3-3 first set. Djokovic. 70 gets broken again. And here's Lendl. And he holds. 5-3 Lendl. This is set point. And he rolls a 2, so he holds. And here's the set point for Lendl rolling. 4, he holds, and Lendl wins the first set, 6-4. Djokovic serves in the second set. He gets broken immediately. Lendl holds, 2-love, Lendl. Djokovic gets broken again. He must have that shoulder problems that he had in yesterday's match in the US Open. It's continuing on here as he's getting beat by Ivan Lendl. Here's the roll for Lendl. He gets broken, so he's coming back. You don't count him out. So now he can make it 3-2. And he does. 3-2 Lendl. Here's Lendl rolling for the fourth. He does. He gets it. Game Lendl. Djokovic. Game Djokovic. And I don't know. I can't figure out. He's such a great player, and he seems like a nice guy. I mean, I listened to his interview with the Mad Dog last week, and I saw some clips of him where there was a ball. He gave his tennis racket to a ball girl and then let her play, and he was pretending to be the ball girl and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Seemed like a nice guy to me, yet he's hated throughout the world. I don't get it, but oh well. I don't know. I think everybody loves those big two, Federer and Nadal, and they don't want anybody beating them. I think that's a lot to do with it. Anyway, back to the match. Lendl. He holds. He's doing very well. Djokovic needs this. And he gets it. Or else he would have been down. But now he's rolling for the set. Here is Lendl, and he does it. He's up 2-love. 2 sets to love. So Djokovic serves, and he needs to win the next 3 sets. Unless we have, this is an upset. It would be an upset anytime the number 2 player goes down. 50, holds service. Lendl, he's been rolling great. Djokovic, oh, he gets broken. So once again, he gets broken early in the set. Will Lendl once again take advantage? He does! 3-1. Djokovic coming from behind again. And he gets broken again. He's a broken man. Lendl. Oh, he gets broken now. I know McEnroe called Lendl his Drago from Rocky IV. This powerful force from Eastern Europe, That's how he saw him early in his career. So he was a force, Ivan Lendl. Okay, so what am I going? Okay, it's too busy talking. So we're break. Okay, it was 3-1. And then let's see, it wasn't 4-1. Play the tape. Okay, so it was Djokovic's start. So he served. Then he broke, then he served, then he broke, and then he broke again. So now it's Lendl serve. Got to concentrate here. That's why when I do this, I can't listen to music or something because I lose concentration. I got to focus. Anyway, here's Lendl rolling. 27, he holds. This is a must. If he gets broken here, the match is over. Here is 33, he holds. And now it is set and match point for Ivan Lendl to sweep Djokovic. Here is the roll. He gets broken. Clutch by Djokovic. He can tie the match here with a hold, service hold. And he gets broken, and that is it. That is it. Djokovic goes down to defeat to Ivan Lendl, and the next group of death will see the number 1 ranked Roger Federer versus the number 4 ranked Ivan Lendl in the second round. So we go to the standings. We look for the number 2 man. He's down. Loss 64 versus Lendl. And I don't know exactly, like I said before, which match they go under, so I will leave that. It's probably here 12 or 13, I imagine, but I'm not really sure, so we'll leave that for now. But that is a little bit more of the all-time tennis tournament on KISN, the King Icheboo Sports Network from the Rotterdam Open in the Rotterdam Ahoy. We hope you enjoyed today's matches. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.